you please tell us about discovering your gender or sexuality?
It was about the time Channel 4 started.
I don't ever remember a time not knowing I was gay.
So yes, I was 24 before I had any acknowledged that I had any feelings towards girls.
Never being attracted to girls is surely going to be quite a big sign, isn't it, of that really?
When I was younger, it was quite difficult. There was a lot of hate crime that happened. And
it's so long ago, because I'm 66 and I came out 75, 76, so I was over 30 when I came out.
You always sort of know, and I think I had a good group of friends at school and we kind of talked about a lot of different things. I think we sort of helped each other.
You have to remember this is 1950s Britain. You could go to prison for being gay.
I always thought my mum would be fine about it, and she was absolutely fine. I remember coming in from work one day, I was working in a restaurant and I was getting home at like close to midnight or something. And I'd said, I've been with that Adam guy. And I was like, right, we've been together for about a year now. She must have noticed that he's spending a lot of time at the house. If I get in from work and she's still awake, I'm going to tell her. And I did, and I sat down and told her, and she was fine with it all.
Because I still had attractions to men as well, so it took me a long while to realise that actually I was bisexual, and that's okay to be bisexual and we can both see men and women.
And so, eventually I got married. Because I thought, after I'd looked at the bars in downtown Liverpool, which is still there today, so it's something anyway, I thought, this is not, can't cope with this, I'm not going to live a life like this, because, you know, it's all very seedy. I mean, not at all like it is today.
There was a guy who preached to the youth group in an environment not far from where we are now, and I remember he said, it was a quote, that the opposite of straight was bent, twisted and crooked. And I turned to my friend and said, you can't say that. And he'd been preaching for decades, you know, as one of these really old ministers. And he went on TV while saying all this.
The one person I came out to for anybody, apart from my wife, was my best friend from school, who was actually my best man at my wedding.
A preacher like that has had a public platform for 25, 30 years. And people who are younger and coming out to themselves are vulnerable and afraid, and it can be quite a scary place.
It's really funny because you know, great fear and trepidation. I've got something to tell you. I'm gay. And sort of 2 hours later, he said, I've got something to tell you. I'm gay too.
So a friend said, why don't you write something? And so I wrote something in the church magazine, coming out in a church magazine to hundreds of people. Really weird way of coming out.
Yeah, I'd already been on demonstrations about Section 28, thinking I was straight.
At that time there wasn't really much in terms of LGBT people, like even on TV or anything like that, for you to kind of go, oh, that makes sense in my life.
Or say that kind of hatred, self-hatred that can be imposed on you. And it's really important to say that that comes from outside and that's not you.
I met my present partner. We've been together for 15 years too, and we are CP. So, and we have a daughter.